Hello children, welcome you all. I know you're all sitting at home, it's really boring for you. So, I have decided to take you to discover the new continent. Are you ready? Let's all go just like him. See, yeah, we set for sail. Some round of question. The first question is that how many continents are there in the world? Okay, we have Asia, Africa, Australia, North America, South America and Antarctica. We have 7 continents in total. Do you know children who discovered sea route to India? See, here is the picture you can identify. His name is Vasco da Gama. See, he started his sailing from far away from India and finally he reached to India here. Just like this, some other sailor, that is, who discovered new sea route to new continents. Till then, the continents were unknown to the people. Which are those continents? See, just like this. This is America. It was discovered by different sailors. I'll talk about that later. First, in this introduction, where we are going to learn about location, extent, physical division and climate of North American continent. North America is a recently discovered continent. The only continents we were knowing is Asia, Africa and Australia. And later on, the new continents just like North America and South America kind of continents were discovered by different sailors. During 1501, an Italian navigator, his name was Amerigo Vespucci, sailed to the coast of mainlands of America. Point to be noted, mainlands of America. Then the continent was called by, his first name was Amerigo and this continent was called as America. Do you understand it now? See, the point here is he reached to the mainland of America. In which route has he started and where did he reach? Shall we see that now? See, he started from Italy and he reached to the mainlands of America. That is, first he set his foot on Venezuela. Soon after, these Europeans has entered to this new land where they started to explore this land and they started to exploit it even. That is the human nature, is it not? The Europeans who went there, especially these Portuguese, they have started to mine in the Mexican and adjoining places. Mining or gold digging was a profitable job for Portuguese at Mexico. When the French people has entered to the new American continent, then they have made the fur business. You know the fur, right? The sheep will be having fur, which was very much profitable for French, and they have conducted this job in Canada. When British went to the North American continent, they have started to exploit the fisheries which was profitable during that time, and then these lumberjacks have totally devastated the area by cutting down the trees in those forests. In this modern world, American continent, the entire American continent itself is called model for progress. Why is that? Why? Because that is the nation of North America, it is very rich. Why is it very rich? That is because of economical prosperity here. We are all considering North American continent as a model of progress. Look at the picture here. A beautiful city you can see. Children, definitely you are going to seek jobs in such kind of nation. My advice to you is please do go for such kind of nation, earn a better money and come back to our nation again. Okay, so see, a beautiful city is here and we consider it as North America is very much advanced. Why is that? See, because of the sound resource combined with the development in science and technology, a large domestic market, international trade relationship. Because of all this, North America is considered as very much popular, developed and very rich. Do you understand? Let's come to the location and physical settings of this continent. The entire continent is located at northern hemisphere. The entire North American continent never touches the equator at all. Now, North America, it starts from 19-degree latitude to 71-degree latitude. And then if we come to the longitudes, it starts from 150-degree longitude to 50-degree longitude. This is the exact location of North American continent on the earth. In North American continent, the two circles, what we call it as very important, two circles that passes through. Which are those? The first one is that 23 and half, the Tropic of Cancer. You can see that. See here, you can see that the Tropic of Cancer is passing through the North American continent. The one more very important, the circle of the earth is 66 and half north, that is Arctic Circle, even which passes on North American continent. So here you can see that dotted lines are there now. This line, it shows about Arctic Circle. Clear? Let's go. What are the land mass, what are the water bodies are there around North America? See, here is the North American continent. See, if you look into that, see the main water body which is present here at the top of North America, nothing but in the north side of North America is Arctic Ocean. Then at the eastern part of North America, there we can see Atlantic Ocean, and at the west part of North America, there you can see Pacific Ocean. Finally, you know, this entire North America, which is separated by Asia continent by a strait, that strait is called as Bering Strait. Let's come to Isthmus of Panama. Any small part of a land which connects the two big continents is known as isthmus. There was a land link between North America and South America. This we call it as Isthmus of Panama. Number of small water bodies are found here in this adjoining area. Just for an example, the Gulf of Mexico, the Hudson Bay, the Gulf of Alaska, Gulf of California, etc. Story of Panama Canal. So earlier I told you that there was a land link between North American continent and South American continent. Then there was a problem. See, any ship which starts from Europe, it used to detour. Detour is nothing but which used to pass through the South America and used to reach for North American harbors. It was very tedious. It was very expensive even. Then they have made a plan. They have cut the small part of this land link and they have named it after as a Panama Canal. Now it's easy for the ships to come directly to the harbors of North America. Now let's come back to Cuban Islands. So Cuban Islands is also known as Caribbean Islands. Where is it? Let's see it now. See, the West Indies and Cuban Islands found in Caribbean Sea. Where is it? See, here it is. This part we call it as Cuban Island or Caribbean Islands. Okay, Newfoundland is found to the east of Canada. See, the Newfoundland is here. Can you see it now? Okay. And the number of islands which lie in Arctic Ocean, among that Greenland is very largest. A strip of land that lies to south part of America is called Central America. In this Central America, we can see different countries. Which are those? Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Salvador, Panama and many other. And all that nations we can see here. North America is the third largest continent. The area is 16.4% in the world after Asia and after Africa. It is almost 7 times bigger than India. But children, just mind it, we are comparing a nation with a continent. India is a nation and North America is a continent. There are 24 countries in North America. Canada, USA, that is United States of America, and Mexico. These three are the largest nation in North American continent. The remaining all are very small countries. The Caribbean islands are also included in the physical extension of North American continent. Here are the Cuban islands, that is Caribbean islands too. Some countries in North America has well known for its specialities. What are those? Canada is well known. It is very famous for Trans-Canadian Railway. As well as USA has speciality with different kind of things. What are those? Grand Canyon, Holmes Lakes, Ringer Crater and volcanoes. Okay. Finally, if we come to the West Indies, these islands are known as Cricket Island. So there is a relationship between India and cricket. Here we call it as cricket as a religion, is it not? Okay. So even West Indies population also, they treat cricket as a religion. Trans-Canadian Railway, the very popular in Canada. This railway starts from Vancouver. Here you can see, and it ends at Niagara Falls. Ringer crater. See, this is the crater. It was created by meteoroids. So, this Ringer crater, it is well known in America, that is USA. Cricket is celebrated like anything there. So, these are the West Indies cricket players. Let's come back to physical divisions of North American continent. Even in our nation, that is in India, we have physical divisions. Is it not? That is Himalaya, Ganga Plains and Deccan Plateau coastal area. Just like this, even in North American continent, we have 4 kind of physical divisions. First one is known as Western Cordilleras or Rocky Mountains. The second one is the Great Central Plains, and third one is the Appalachian Highlands. Finally, the last part is the coastal plain. Let's see one after the other. First one, the Western Cordilleras. See, this Western Cordilleras, these are the young fold mountain, just like Himalaya, which is there in India. Now, one question will strike to your mind, right? What is that? See, this one. What are fold mountains? The 2 young fold mountains. So, let's see by making an activity on this. Come on, let's begin. When 2 land masses are pushed from the opposite side, one side of the landmass will be raised and given birth to young fold mountains like this. The Western Cordilleras, which I told you, runs from Alaska to Panama. Where is Alaska and where is Panama? See, this is Alaska, the mountains of Alaska. From here, it runs from all through to Panama. They consist of series of plateaus. Plateaus are nothing but earlier, during olden times, they were like mountains. Later on, due to denudation or due to many other processes, withering processes, it became flat now. That is called plateau. How many plateaus are there in this North American Cordilleras? That is Colorado, Mexican Plateau and the series of parallel fold mountains. All these are there in North American continent. Now let's come to the Rocky Mountains. See, in the Western Cordilleras, Rocky Mountains are very much famous. Where is Alaska? See here, the height of these mountains, that is Rocky Mountains, are low here, and gradually when it comes here to the part of Mexico, it is enormously large. Among these Rocky Mountains, Mount Kinley and Death Valley, these are very important. Mount Kinley is the highest part of this North American continent. What is the height of it? That is 6,194 meters. And the lowest ground here is Death Valley. It is just 86 meters above of the sea. See, this is Death Valley and this is Mount Kinley. Whitney Mountains, you can see here the scenic beauty of Whitney Mountains. This is also there in Western Cordilleras only. So, there are some intermountain plateaus. What is intermountain plateaus? This picture depicts very easily. 2 mountains are there. In between, plain land was formed. Why is that? That is because of denudation. That is because of withering. That is because of some other natural process. So, whatever the material, pebbles, folders, everything which comes from the mountain, and here it will be spreaded over. So, this land will become flat. That we call it as intermountain plateau. Clear? Very important intermountain plateaus are Plateau of Columbia, Colorado and Mexican Plateau. Children, I told you I'll show you the Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon was formed due to the river which is flown there called Colorado. How does it look like? See, it looks like this. Nice, no? And one more thing, here in this Western Cordilleras, we have Old Faithful Geyser. It spills out the water just like this. Why is that? This is not because of magic. This is because of, once again, geography. The substances which are there under the earth are responsible for spilling water just like this. Okay, where is it located? It is located at the Yellowstone National Park at USA, United States of America. Let's come to that is next part of North American continent. The Central Plains are also referred to as Great Plains of Prairies. So, in the chapter, when we are writing about the name of the chapter, North America, the land of prairies we have written. Why is that? Because most of the land which is there in North America was occupied by this prairies. What are prairies? You are going to see it now. It lies between Appalachian Mountains and Western Cordilleras. Where is Appalachian Mountains? See, here it is. In this part we can see Appalachian Mountain, and this part we can see the Rocky Mountains are the Western Cordilleras. So in between we can see the plain land. That plain land is known as the Great Central Plains of North America. The extent of this plain is 5/3 part of entire North American continent. This land is totally flat. Somewhere it is steepy. These plains are formed by the river Mississippi. What a beautiful land it is. It is nothing but this land is used to grow more and more wheat, and wheat is used for bread. However, we are going to eat mudde, we are going to eat rice. In the same way, they are going to eat bread. So for that they grow more and more wheat. Okay, so for growing such kind of, that is enormous amount of wheat, they want such kind of land. This is known as the Great Central Plains of North America. This is most fertile plain. Why is it? Because the Missouri and Mississippi River, from the mountain, it has carried the fertile soil to this land, that is this plain land. Okay, the denudation of the area by the ice sheet has resulted in the formation of large number of basins. What are basins? Some kind of hollow places, lowlands. It was created by denudation. Denudation is nothing but withering. Okay, withering of high grounds. Okay, so it has given rise to the different basins. These basins are covered by lakes. How is it covered? See, just like this. Whatever the blue color you are seeing, everything is lake only here. Okay, so different lakes we can see. The Lake Michigan, Huron, and what is that? Lake Superior, Lake Ontario, and Lake Erie. These are the very important lakes. All these lakes are there in central plains of North American continent. So only they are drawing more and more water from this rivers, and they are growing more wheat. I told you the human beings are very greedy and we don't know how to keep up the nature. So only during 1930 there was a big storm which hit to the North American continent, that is known as the Dust Bowl. Okay, so it devastated the entire food crop grown area of North American continent. Okay, so this is a lesson for India too. Whenever we are doing agriculture, we will have to do it scientifically. Is it not, children? Third one is the Appalachian Mountains or the Eastern Highlands. Where is it located? See here in this part. The Eastern Highlands are also known as Appalachians. These are Appalachian Mountains. These extended from Newfoundland to Alabama. Where is Newfoundland? Here in this picture you can see it clearly. Appalachian Mountains are Old Fold Mountains. Earlier we have learnt about New Fold Mountains. Now we are learning about Old Fold Mountains. So it is completely denuded, and today what we are seeing is the Old Fold Mountains only here. East of Appalachian Mountain lies Pediment Plateau is there, and then the Atlantic Coastal Plain is there, and St. Lawrence Valley separates the Labrador Plateau from the Appalachian Ranges. Where is St. Labrador Valley? This is St. Lawrence Valley, and it separates the plateau, that is Labrador Plateau, from Appalachian Ranges. Clear? Okay, this land, that is Newfoundland and adjoining places, they are having a very rich resources. What will happen if they have the rich resources? Then the mining will start. What will happen if the mining starts? If mining starts, they need more and more human resources. Hence, more population is there in this place only. Here you can see the pink color what they are showing. Here the more population we can see, and this is economically also it is very rich. Last part of North American continent physical feature, that is coastal plain. Okay, in North America a quite large indented coastal lines we can see. What is indented? Which is not continuous. Okay, this coastal line was cut by the river mouths. The eastern part of this North American continent, which is broader, and when we come to the southern part of it, especially when we come to the southeast part of it, there we can see the coastline is very narrow. The average height of this coastline is 150 meters above the sea level. A low and relatively plain area, and normally what we see here is sandy soil which is relatively infertile. More minerals will be, but the soil will be infertile. Okay, swamps and marshes are abundant. What is swamp? The wet soil is known as swamp. So here you can see indented coastline. Why? Because see here you can see the number of rivers. Wherever the rivers are there, they are going to flow to the ocean. There they create the indented coastlines. Okay children, what have we learned so far? The physical features of North American continent. First is Western Cordillera, second one is the Great Central Plain, third one is Appalachian Mountains, and fourth one is that is coastal area. I have a question. India have any waterways like North America? In North America, you'll see waterways. Soon you are going to see the waterways here. So I am asking this question. Do we have any waterways in our nation? Yes, we do. That waterway is known as the National Waterway 1. Okay, see here the route map of National Waterway 1. For any nation, the waterways are very important. Why? Because it is very cheap to carry the goods from one place to another place. Let's come to rivers and Great Lakes of North America. North America has a few large and short rivers. Most of the lakes are present at Canadian Shield only. Now it is the river map. Mississippi and tributaries form the great river system of North America. These together drain 2/3 of the area of this continent and finally flows into Gulf of Mexico. Here you can see all the river, they are joining together and flown into the water body called Mexican Gulf. This vast area was covered by river basins only. Now let's see what are the tributaries of Mississippi River. The first one is Missouri, the second one is Red River, Ohio, Tennessee, Arkansas and Platte River. All the rivers are present here, you can see. The other important rivers of North American continent are the Snake, Fraser, Columbia, Yukon, Colorado, Rio Grande, Mackenzie, Nelson and St. Lawrence. The Colorado, Columbia and Fraser are the west flowing river. What are west flowing river? If you see the map, all these rivers, they are flowing to the eastwards, but only few rivers, Colorado, Columbia and Fraser, these rivers are flowing to this part, that is west flowing. This is west, there it is flowing. And what is the speciality of these rivers? These are swift flowing rivers. Swift, what is the meaning of swift? Very fast flowing rivers. Okay, in the entire Columbian Plateau, we can see Colorado River. This Colorado River drains into Colorado Plateau and forms the Great Canyon. What is Grand Canyon? You are just waiting at the tiptoe, right? I know it, just wait. And it is the center of scenic beauty and tourism. See, here is the picture of Colorado. The Grand Canyon is considered as the natural wonder of the world. Come on children, let's take a tour to this Grand Canyon. So this Grand Canyon, that is very important for North American continent. See, length and breadth of this valley, you can see it here. This Canadian Shield drained by many small rivers and they flow into Hudson Bay. Where is Hudson Bay? See, here you can see this is Hudson Bay. Here all these rivers are going to flow. The St. Lawrence is an important river of USA and Canada. Where is it? See, here it is, the St. Lawrence River. It passes through the Great Lakes. All the Great Lakes we have seen it, right? So this St. Lawrence River passes through all that Great Lakes. Okay, it remains frozen for 3 months in a year. How does it look like when it is frozen? See, just like this. Okay, now let's come back to Holmes. Holmes is nothing but it is the collection of all important lakes. North America has a large number of freshwater and saltwater lakes. They are situated on the Canadian Shield, as I told you before. Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior are the important rivers here. Okay, all together, whatever the lake I have mentioned here, all together are called as homes. Lake Superior is the largest of Great Lakes and is the largest freshwater lake in the world. In the entire world, this is the largest lake you can see. Chicago and Detroit are situated on Michigan and Erie Lake respectively. Here you can see the Chicago, here you can see Detroit. At the Michigan Lake, you can see Chicago. At the Lake Erie, you can see Detroit. Okay, in Canada, so far we have studied about USA. Now, let's come back to Canada. In Canada, the very important lake is there, which is that it is nothing but Winnipeg. Winnipeg Lake is very important in Canada. Okay, the Great Lake serve as a important waterways. I have already told you. See, just like this, you can see in all the Great Lakes, normally the goods and transportation will be conducted throughout the year. Okay, now the last part of our today's chapter is climate. North America has a wide range of climate. Why is that? That is because of its vast latitudinal extension. From 19 degree to 71 degrees of latitude it has extended. Okay, and varied relief features, etc. So the relief features, mountain, desert and lakes, all that we can see here. So only it has the vast climatic condition. So it includes extreme weather condition, just like frozen state in Alaska, tundra kind of region in Canada, and Florida you can see desert. The Caribbean and Central America have a tropical conditions. Where is it? See, here it is. This Cuban islands, they feel a tropical condition. Tropical condition is during afternoon there will be a heavy sunshine or scorching sun will be there. By the afternoon there will be a heavy rain. That is tropical condition. The eastern half of North America is more humid. What is humid? Humid is nothing but, you know, the dry air will be there. See, this is the very well known hurricanes. Due to its latitudinal extension and its relief features, just like mountains, bays all around North American continent, here series of hurricanes and tornadoes which hits every year. See, this is a picture of hurricane. It is very devastating. That is, it looks very beautiful here, but it is very much devastating when it occurs in any nation. The next one, this is one of the natural disaster. So it is known as tornado. Whatever it comes at the tip of that swirling air, everything will be carried to the highest part of it and thrown away from that area. Children, I would like to say you a story of Alaska. Here, see, this is Alaska and this is Russia. Earlier, this part of Alaska was there under the control of Russia. But Russian thought it is a wasteland, barren land, all because it is frozen throughout the year. So they sold it to America. America have bought this, and later on they got to know that underneath of these frozen lands vast amount of natural gas is there. So now Americans are extracting well amount of gas through the pipelines and they are using it. So this is a lesson for every country. At any cost we should not lose our land masses. This is home assignment for you children. Please do complete it and give it to your class teacher. Finally, you have an activity. What is the meaning of crater? Ask your parents, ask your teachers and write a small note on this crater. One more activity I could give you, that is, here the two maps have been provided. One is world map, the other one is North American individual map. Here you'll have to find out the North American continent and you'll have to color the different countries which are present in North America. Thank you.